Hello, welcome to another edition of Red Carpet. We are going to talk about Puli. We have with us Mr. Natraj, the cameraman of Puli, and also Kamal Kannan, who did VFX for the film.
I don't even want to say one unwanted dialogues which might pull my family away. So I don't want that.
I never imagined it will be so massive then, of course.
அவர் அதில் ட்ராவல் அவருக்கு போகிறதுக்கு இஷ்டமே இருக்காது. ஒரு ஊருக்கு போகணும், ஒரு இடத்த விட்டு இன்னொரு இடத்துக்கு.
After the release of this film, there will be a comparison with Bahubali.
Definitely there will be a comparison between these two films.
நாங்கள் ஒரு மார்க் கூட கொடுக்க மாட்டோம் சில இடத்துல. சார் இந்த இடத்துல சூரன் பறக்கும் சார் அப்படி. So he has to preempt and then give a tracking look.
That is the most difficult thing to do for any artist. He did it.
In fight, if you lose the timing, you might get hurt.
Okay.
Because everybody is doing their thing with the timing.
Everything is real as far as action is going. Everything is real.
And Shruti, surprisingly, Shruti was very good in terms of horse riding. She was just manipulating like a toy only.
That is also a good highlight.
So one word on Puli.
One word on Puli. Blockbuster.
How did you get into Puli?
Actually, it happened in 2011 itself. When I was doing EGA, that is Nani, Mr. Chimbu Deven came all the way from Chennai to Hyderabad, and he gave me the outline.
We shot this film about 150 days, 150 நாள்.
150 நாள் ஷூட் பண்ணியாச்சு. Okay.
And இதுக்கு வந்து ஒரு 6-7 months we did a pre-work on this.
You just want to know from the visual effects producer's point of view and visual effects supervisor's point of view how extensive the job is, what kind of a time frame to be expected, what kind of a budget to be expected. So it was happening around September of 2011.
இது வந்து some 100 years back, ஒரு ராஜா ராணி வாழ்ந்த காலத்தில் ஒரு வில்லேஜில் நடக்கிற ஒரு பிரச்சனை, அது எங்கே போகுது, எங்கே முடியுது, எப்படி ஆரம்பிக்குது அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு ரிசர்ச்சுக்காக ஒரு 6 months நான் பழைய படங்கள்லாம் பார்த்தேன் சார். லைக் எம்ஜிஆர் சாரோடைய 1000 ஒருவன், அந்த காலகட்டங்கள் அந்த மாதிரியான படங்கள் பார்த்தேன். சிவாஜி சாரோட உத்தம புத்திரன். ஸோ இந்த மாதிரியான பழைய படங்களை
லுக்
என்ன பண்ணியிருக்காங்க அப்படிங்கிறதுக்காக. ஸோ அந்த ரிசர்ச்சில் எனக்கும் ஆர்ட் டைரக்டர் முத்துராஜுக்கும் ஒரு பெரிய சிங்க் இருந்தது. ஸோ அதனால தான் இன்னைக்கு விஷுவல் ரொம்ப நல்லா இருக்குது அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க. ஸோ அது ஒரு காரணமாக இருக்கலாம்.
I never imagined it will be so massive then, of course.
So it's really huge.
Yes, it is huge.
And what about Vijay elements in the movie? Vijay commercial elements that one associates with Vijay?
Everything, sir. The film, the film starts with Vijay, and it goes along with what all happened in a village. And I don't want to narrate the story right now. So it's Vijay. So I know what ரொம்ப ஆச்சரியப்படுற ஒரு விஷயம் என்னன்னா சார், துப்பாக்கி கத்தி இந்த மாதிரியான ஒரு ஆக்ஷன் படங்களா அவர் ஹிட் கொடுத்துட்டு நடுவில் இப்படி ஒரு படம், இது ஆக்சுவலாக எக்ஸ்பெரிமெண்ட்னு பயப்படுவாங்க நிறைய பேர் பண்றதுக்கு. இதை பண்றதுக்கு ஒரு தனி தைரியம் வேணும். இந்த மாதிரி சிச்சுவேஷன்ல
Vijay was very courageous to do this.
Very courageous to do this film. அது வந்து he wants to satisfy kids. He said, I want to deliver something to kids because Vijay has lots of kids followers, and they are like mad about him. So, and this is meant for them actually. He did it permanently. He said it and did it. I'm doing it for kids, boss. I want more kids to come and watch the film. That's the kind of thing with family. I don't even want to say one unwanted dialogues which might pull my family away. So I don't want that. I want everybody to watch this film with the family. That kind of a thing.
Okay. And tell me how Vijay is as an actor. How do you compare him? You have worked with very huge, big Bollywood stars. How do you compare Vijay with them?
So Vijay sir is something to say, sir. He's very cameraman's delight, sir, and he's got such an expressive eyes and face. Like he's very handsome man, and in the kind of even first time when I thought how this costume is going to fit for him. So he's physically super fit, though this kind of thing would, and he looked very nice in this film. Even I got calls from people like those who have watched the film, like happened to lab, and then they're working on that. They got, sir, how did you shoot Vijay? He's looking so young. What have you done to him? I said, I have not done anything to him. It's him. He looked like that. So it's like that. So and as an actor, he's very speed, sir. He's very fast. And then he observes everything in fraction of a second. There's no time loss. Like the way he, even dance sequence and all, for Rajasundaram to take ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் மியூசிக் பஞ்ச் இட்ஸ் ஒன் ஷாட் வி பிளான்ட் இட். இட் டுக் அட்லீஸ்ட் 40 minutes ஃபார் ஹிம் டு கம்போஸ் தட் மூமெண்ட். பட் விஜய் கேம் அண்ட் saw it once and then he did it. He does the research. எல்லாரும் சொல்லுவாங்க செட்டில் ரொம்ப அமைதியாக இருப்பார். அது அமைதி இல்லை, அது உழைப்பு. என்னை பொறுத்தவரை ஒரு சீனை படிச்சுட்டு அந்த சீனில் தான் என்ன பண்ண முடியும் அப்படின்னு யோசிச்சுட்டே இருப்பார் சார். In his brain the scene is working.
I think உங்களோட டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுமா அதா இல்லையா?
பண்ணுவாங்க சார், டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க. when we say சார் போகலாமா ஒரு ரிஹர்சல் பார்த்து போவோமா, மற்ற ஆர்டிஸ்ட் என்ன பண்ணுறாங்கன்னு தெரியும் இல்லையா, அதை பார்க்கும்போது அதில் சேஞ்சஸ் கொடுத்துட்டே இருப்பார் சார். இந்த மூணாவதாக பண்ணீங்களா பிரமாதமாக இருக்குது சார், நம்ம எடுத்துக்கலாம் அவர்கிட்ட. இட்ஸ் லைக் அ லைப்ரரி கைண்ட். உங்களுக்கு என்ன வேணுமோ நீங்கள் எடுத்துக்கோங்க. இஸ் மோர் ஆஃப் அ ஆக்டர்ஸ் சூப்பர்ஸ்டார், director's superstar.
Okay. So basically what you're telling is an director's delight.
Not only director, as being a cameraman, and you know he knows all the craft very well. But he doesn't expose it.
Okay.
So he knows he keep it with himself. And then he exactly expose it. And we know which this is better. So we can choose exactly from him.
Okay, தம்பி ராமையை பற்றி
ஒரு படத்தில் ஒரு ஹீரோன்னு ஒன்று சொல்லுவோம். அவர் வந்து ஹீரோ போவார், அவரோட ட்ராவலிங் இருக்கும். எப்போவுமே அவரை மட்டும் நம்ம தனியாக காமிச்சிட்டே இருந்தால் ஒரு டாக்குமெண்ட்ரி மாதிரி ஆகிடும். இந்த படத்தில் பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் கரெக்டான
காமெடி இஸ்
working very well
with the part of the story.
இதில் என்னன்னா இப்போ யூஸ்வலாக காமெடி வந்து ஒரு ட்ராக் மாதிரி யூஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க.
காமெடி ட்ராக்.
அப்பப்போ ஒருத்தர் வருவார், ஏதாவது ஒன்று ஹாஸ்யமாக பண்ணிட்டு போயிடுவார். அந்த மாதிரி கிடையாது, இது கதை சம்மந்தப்பட்ட ஒரு விஷயம். ஸோ அவர் அதில் ட்ராவல், அவருக்கு போகிறதுக்கு இஷ்டமே இருக்காது. ஒரு ஊருக்கு போகணும், ஒரு இடத்த விட்டு இன்னொரு இடத்துக்கு ட்ராவல் பண்ணி ஒரு விஷயத்தை அச்சீவ் பண்ணணும். அவருக்கு போக இஷ்டமே இருக்காது. ஹீரோ சொல்லிடுவார் எங்கள் கூட தான் இவர் வரணும்னு. அவரோ துடிப்பார், நான் போக விரும்பலன்னு. அவர் வழியில் என்ன பாடுபடுறாருங்கிறது தான். தம்பி ராமையாவும் சத்யனும் அதை பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, ரொம்ப பிரமாதமாக பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. வித்யுத் வந்து இந்த படத்தில் லில்லிபுட். ஸோ அதில் என்ன நடக்குது, அவங்க வந்து இவங்க கூட எப்படி ஜாயின் பண்ணுறாங்க, அந்த லில்லிபுட்ஸ் எப்போ வந்து இவங்களோட ஜாயின் பண்ணுறாங்க, இதெல்லாம் வந்து ரொம்ப இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கான ஒரு விஷயம் சார். இந்த ட்ராவலிங்கை வந்து மக்களுக்கு வந்து எக்ஸைட் பண்ணும், அவ்வளோ இன்ட்ரெஸ்டிங்கான ஒரு விஷயம்.
Now, after the release of this film, there will be a comparison with Bahubali.
Okay.
How are you prepared for it, and how is the graphics when you compare with Bahubali? You must have seen both the films.
Definitely there will be a comparison between these two films. But it's a different genre. That's a different genre. This is a different genre. And the making and pre-production, on production, immediately after Eega he started, Rajmouli started. So it is 3 years plus. Over here, when the shoot started, it is November 12th, 2014. And when I received my last cut, it is June 23rd of 2015.
So virtually you finished it in 8 months.
Yes, of course. After I received my edit, it is 8 months. So obviously the time which we are working is under very tight schedule. So one way or other it affects the quality of the film. I tried to balance it in such a way that, see, already September 17th was promised by me, of course, where I tried my level best to bring it out on that day. Not happening, so I asked 2 weeks extension, just 2 weeks extension, and part of that decision is based on Bahubali. Definitely, if the production or producers gave me 1 more month, definitely I'll be sitting it out and doing it much more refined. It is an ongoing process.
See, the more the time you get, you can better your product. That's what you're saying.
Correct.
What was the most difficult shot in Puli?
A queen's dwelling area, palace, and the city around it, and the environment around it. The palace is actually placed on a mountain which is surrounded by water body. Away from that, there is an extension of forest. There are several shots where the hero was approaching that particular area.
லைவ்க்கு ஒன்று பண்ணணும், அண்ட் லில்லிபுட் இருந்தால் லில்லிபுட்டுக்கு ஒன்று பண்ணணும். அந்த சூரன் ஒரு பறவை ஒன்று வரும், அதுவும் வந்து ஆர்டிஃபிஷியலாக நாங்கள் கிரியேட் பண்ணது தான். அந்த பறவைக்கு நீங்கள் எல்லாமே 3 தடவை பண்ணணும்.
ஓகே.
எல்லாமே இதுக்கு ஒரு பிளாக் இருக்கணும், அதுக்கு ஒரு பிளேட் இருக்கணும், இதுக்கு ஒரு பிளேட் இருக்கணும், இது மாஸ்டர் உங்ககிட்ட ஒன்று இருக்கணும், அதில் நீங்கள் கட் பண்ணும்போது இவங்க செஷனுக்கு ஒன்று பண்ணணும், இந்த செஷனுக்கு திருப்பி ஒரு பிளேட் எடுக்கணும்.
And everything was perfect. I mean the colors, the texture I'm supposed to use, everything was rightly done by Mr. Muttharaj and passed on to me. That is one area.
Vijay sir, when he shoots, does he have to say that, okay, pretending that there is something
There is something. That's how acting happens.
Okay.
There is nothing. There won't be anything. We keep a mark there.
Yeah.
And we tell him, sir, 4 Lilliputs are going to stand there, sir. So he has to react to that. And there's நாங்கள் ஒரு மார்க் கூட கொடுக்க மாட்டோம் சில இடத்துல சார் இந்த இடத்துல சூரன் பறக்கும் சார் அப்படி. So he has to preempt and then give the tracking look.
Okay. Tracking look.
If you give the tracking look, then the CG can create accordingly. So இந்த மாதிரியான விஷயங்கள். So it was challenging. It was more of challenging than tough.
Ega had only one character altogether. In fact, over here we have 6 characters.
Okay.
And those characters has to blend with the live action.
Sridevi, to come to the set by 9 o'clock, she has to be in her van by 4 o'clock.
Okay.
So she has to wear all this entire clothes, all these ornaments, makeup, hair, everything. All this takes about 3 to 4 hours to get ready. To be in the set by 9 o'clock, every day she has to come by 4 o'clock in the morning. That's what she was. Even in my first film, I didn't work hard like this. That's what she said. But she worked like her, as if it's her first film, kind of.
Okay.
If I had to compare it to Magadhira's palace area is one set of it actually. Exterior is only the stadium episode.
Yeah.
Over here, the exterior of palace has 3 major components. Okay, punishment. One area was there where we in our production we call it punishment episodes. There are 20-minute scene is there.
Okay.
One 20-minute scene is there in the entire episode actually.
You're not supposed to see any towers, cell phone towers.
Yeah.
These were all the problems. There is no place in the earth except I think Africa where you can place your camera, you get a virgin stuff, so you can come out with the same stuff.
Yeah, because
so
there will be cell or electric pole lines.
Yeah, everything. So you'll have to avoid those things and capture this. This is what the tough task. If it comes unknowingly or something, so you'll have to give it a CG and erase it. If they erase it, they have to have a plate for that. And
garden episodes, there is 3 scenes are there in the garden. And you have altar, that is we call Tamil Balibidam Cholo. Balibidam. Okay, altar episode.
There are sacrifice.
Yeah, exactly. There are 3 scenes in that, and you have a jail episode where entire thing the characters and the 15 feet monster, everything is CG actually.
Let's talk about the action scenes also in the film. It has got very big, huge canvas, and the action scenes are supposed to be spectacular.
Yeah.
What is the kind of CG work you put for that?
Everything is real as far as action is going. Everything is real except the background extensions. Those things.
Otherwise, it's all real.
It's all real.
There's something they try to do something new with the sword and stuff like that. இதில் என்னென்ன ஆக்ஷன் எப்படி பண்ணாங்க, அந்த கலரையும் மார்ஷல் ஆர்ட்டையும் மிக்ஸ் பண்ணி பண்ணாங்க. ஸோ ஆப்வியஸ்லி ரொம்ப ஃபிட்டாக இருந்தால் தான் பண்ண முடியும். You can't wear a rope போட்டு பண்ணலாம், எல்லாம் பண்ணலாம். But Vijay did it without any rope, without anything.
Vijay did the action scene without rope
himself.
The background extensions and those areas are seamlessly blend with the foreground thing. Those the only thing I did. Not much on the actions, of course.
With அந்த மார்ஷியல் ஆர்டிஸ்ட் ப்ராக்டிஸ் இருந்தால் தான் உங்களை அவ்வளோ ஃப்ரீவாக பண்ண முடியும். ஸோ அவங்க ஒரு தடவை பண்ணாங்கன்னா சார் ஏதாவது ஒன்று வேணாம் நான் பண்ணுறேன். He energized everyone.
Except the Cyclops and other areas, we created the soldiers where the Cyclops fighting with each other. Those things I created.
I was amazed when Sridevi was taking that 8-kilo sword and doing the fight. It's impractical for a normal woman to do it. Like you have to. She also practiced. In fight, if you lose the timing, you might get hurt.
Okay.
Because everybody is doing their thing with the timing. So you have to be very careful when you do the action. So it was like this. So he was very precise. And Shruti and Hansika all were getting into horse riding. அவங்க தமிழ்னு ஒரு ஹார்ஸ் ரைடர் இருக்காரு. அவர் தான் ஹார்ஸ் அப்ளை பண்ணாரு. அவர்கிட்ட டெய்லி வந்து அவங்க
they learned horse.
They learn because you cannot suddenly go and control ஒரு குதிரையை போய் கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணுங்கிறது சாதாரண விஷயம் கிடையாது. And surprisingly Shruti was very good in terms of horse riding. She was just manipulating like a toy only.
Okay.
So everybody used to clap after every shot because those were tough to do it.
Okay, difficult shots.
Okay.
Is there action scenes for the Hansika and Shruti?
Yes.
Okay.
Shruti didn't have an action scene and Hansika had action scene. It happens in the climax.
Okay.
Yeah, and the climax after there's a fight sequence between Sudeep and Vijay, and as well Sridevi and Vijay. It goes like this. It's a triangle stuff which happens. Very interesting kind of a thing. It was Dilip Supra and the choreograph பண்ணாரு. And masters came from China and Thailand. So they were doing all this martial arts effects and stuff like that.
Okay. Puli jumping scene is very good. How did you do that?
Actually, the earlier script doesn't have that actually. It was included later part, and it was quite good.
It was both, like Muthraj style and as well CG also involved and so many things involved.
We have a pre-intermission episode is totally a fight between our hero and the panther.
And that particular sequence involved with Hansika, and actually the panther chases Hansika, and then what happens, how Vijay saves her, what happens between that. This is a kind of
that is the most difficult thing to do for any artist. He did it fabulously, and almost we canned it in 3.5 days. It is very almost 70 shots were there.
Tell us how the scene was shot, because Mr. Vijay has to pretend he is fighting the panther.
We had mock-up on the sets actually, the same height of with the panther. We place it for the scale reference, for the look and other thing. We place it actually. Only during the take we take it out and ask him to follow the eyes, everything, which is actually difficult. If there is no character over here, how to follow it.
And what about this Lilliput scene? How did you manage to do that Lilliput scene?
Yes, sir.
Lilliput's was conceived much earlier, of course. I mean, when he comes in 2011 itself, Chimbu Deven sir told me about the Lilliputs. They are the one of the clan which travels along with Vijay till the end.
So 6 feet man, your Lilliput is divided by 12. So you'll have to compose it like this, giving prominence to this and as well the human. So where you have to dig the ground and place your camera underneath.
Okay.
These kind of difficult stuff happens.
The problem with the Lilliputs and the positive side of it is the costumes. The costumes is entirely made of natural things. I mean, leaves, fibers, petals, flowers, grass, those kind of a thing.
The size of the human is 6 feet like this. This is only divided by 12. So how will you club both the thing together?
Okay.
Either you have to take the camera back. If you take the camera further back, Lilliputs will become even more smaller. It's out of your perception.
The size has to be perfect.
Yeah, it has to be perfect.
There are two characters where the costumes cannot be done effectively. Suppose you have a bird feather, okay? Doing it in a bigger size and reducing it will be an issue, because you are not using actually a bird feather. Okay, you cannot have a 6 feet feather and reduce it. For the Lilliput king and the Lilliput queen, the costumes are CG.
Okay.
These are all the tough situations. And another thing is, there's one character called Mamodian. He's about 25 feet height, and then one-eyed man, and then huge, like a Hulk kind of thing. With him, you have to show this. You have to take the camera further back, and which you have to create it in the set. So what happens? That is a 3D image. We'll have to keep a mark there, giving them mark, and they assume this is the height. At times, it might change also. This kind of a thing. When he walks, if he walks, you have to change your eye and walk accordingly. Change your body accordingly. There are so many things to be done.
And what about the tortoise scene?
Okay, tortoise comes in a couple of scenes. That is also a good highlight. In fact, it has to blend with the environment. That is the most difficult part actually. Tortoise 3D is the last one which we finished in our workflow. That is the last 3D character we did it at the end. Even some 4-5 days before the sensor only we logged it. Even after the sensor, there are a couple of corrections director wants to do. Just 1 or 2 thing we are doing it. I mean, on 14th of sensor was on 15th. Yeah, on 14th of this month we were doing it actually.
What about that song which he shot abroad? That song.
The song, yeah. The ND. It's a beautiful location, sir. But that was so lucky. We tried for something else. Like we were planned to shoot in Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat didn't give the permission to us. They said Bollywood films, people come with the skimpy clothes and stuff. They are treating everything as Bollywood films. So I said, sir, this film is from Kollywood. So you won't be able to see those kind of things. No, we will not permit. Then on the way back, we had to land in Thailand. And then we asked some of our friends, like, they showed us this place. It's really beautiful. We did it there.
Has any other Bollywood film been shot there?
No, sir. This is the first film shot in that particular location.
Okay, it is a beach and.
No, it's not a beach, sir. It's got cave and it's got like waterfall kind, and
So it's a natural thing.
It's
and
a natural
you mixed it up with Kerala, I think.
No, sir.
That
Kerala,
how-
that 2 songs we shot, sir.
Yeah.
One with Shruti Haasan and one with Hansika Motwani,
Yeah.
and 2 different locations.
Huh.
In Thailand itself we shot.
Oh, in Thailand itself.
Yeah, and that's a foreign shoot we had. And there are one set song with Hansika Motwani, and then one song with Shruti Haasan, and that set song is Sridevi herself there.
Now you have watched Puli.
Yeah,
How far do you think it will be a commercial hit?
it's going to be a blockbuster, sir. No second doubt about it. It goes beyond said.
அது என்ன what is the reason for
The reason behind தான் சார், இது ஒரு படத்தை வந்து ஒரு ஃபேமிலியோட பார்க்கக்கூடிய எல்லா மெட்டீரியலும் உள்ள இருக்கு. இது சின்ன குழந்தைங்களுக்கும் பிடிக்கும். For youngsters, you have Shruti Haasan and Hansika Motwani, and same action sequences are there. For the elders, there are a lot of sentiment scenes. ஸோ என்ன ஆகுனா, ஒரு படத்தை வந்து ஒரு காலத்தில் எல்லாரும் வண்டி கட்டிட்டு ஊருக்கு போய் படம் பார்ப்போம்னு சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா, அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் குடும்பத்தோட வருவாங்க. என்ன இப்போ காரில் வருவாங்க, அவ்வளோதான் டிஃபரன்ஸ். ஸோ
6 முதல் 60 வரை
6 முதல் 60 வரை பிரமாதமாக சொன்னீங்க நீங்கள்.
So one word on Puli.
One word on Puli, blockbuster. Okay. Thank you, sir.
The film has phenomenal advance booking all over Tamil Nadu. It's releasing in nearly 500 screens. In Chennai city alone, 40 screens. In Chengalpet area, another 70 screens. So you see the huge presence of Puli all over. And in spite of that, every theatre, the advance booking is huge, simply huge. For example, in Vetri, in Chromepet, it's been sold out for the first 4 days, and they are doing it in multiple screens. So this is the kind of pressure you can see for Puli.
பகைக்கு முன்னாடி நான் புலி.
Puli is, at the moment, they are saying it is going to release in around 2,500 screens, maybe 3,000 screens if you consider all the 3 languages put together, that is Tamil, Hindi and Telugu. And it's virtually getting a solo release in South India. But of course, in North India, there is Akshay Kumar's Sing is Bling. But here in South India, it's virtually getting a solo release. So that is a big advantage for the Vijay film. The opening will be huge because of the kind of hype and pressure being built up. Meanwhile, in Kerala, Prithvi Raj's Ennu Ninde Moideen is doing extraordinary business. It's a super hit, and it will be clashing with Puli. Ennu Ninde Moideen is running in around 120 screens, and they have made it clear that they will not be moving out for the October 2nd big weekend. Puli, as of now, is releasing in 200 odd screens, 200 to 220 screens. In a place like Ernakulam, where the maximum multiplexes are there, the film is expected to release in 15 screens during the weekend. And in rest of Kerala also, in all the places, they are releasing in multiple screens. The Telugu version of Puli also had a huge pre-release buzz, and it's also virtually a solo release in Andhra, and it's expected to do well because the films in this genre normally does well, and the presence of Sridevi, Hansika and above all Shruti Haasan is sure to bring in huge audiences for the film.